All right, folks, in this video, I want to talk about the World War III events that are really picking up right now and what we can do to prepare, not just for our family, but our business and our investments as we try to not only survive, but thrive during this transfer of wealth, during this World War III, during the internal chaos here in the United States. And so we're going to run through this one really quick, straight to the point. And I want to start by saying that we continue to pray for peace across this world. This isn't what we want. We're very upset with the military industrial complex and how they use our troops here in the United States. I could go on for a very long time about this. It definitely does upset me. But I want to keep this one short, sweet, and to the point for you guys. So let's get right on into this update. Starting off, I want to show you guys the economic troubles, the turbulence, and why they need a crisis, why they need the chaos. They need something to go off to distract us from the system breaking and from the terrible decisions that they have made leading up to this crisis that they have caused, the destruction that they are in complete control of. Let's get right on into it. So here in the United States, we see the M2 money supply is contracting for the first time since 1930s. So another data point that is taking us past the great financial crisis, past the collapse, of 1987 market crash, past the inflation of 1970s. But this data point has not contracted to this level or contracted at all since 1930s Great Depression era. So the problem here in the United States is bad. You guys know that I've been decoding the economic data on a daily basis for you guys. It's getting ugly. When we look over out east in China, same thing is taking place and their economy's unraveling rather quickly. China's GDP deflator, a measure of prices across the economy, fell by 1.5% in Q4 of 2023. This marked the third straight quarterly decline and the longest decline since 1999. Even in the 2008 financial crisis, China only saw 2 quarters of declining prices. Weak consumer confidence and a housing market downturn are the primary reasons. China is likely already in a recession, and they're definitely already in a bear market, as Chinese stocks fell to a new 5-year low today of 3,260 and have now declined more than 44% since the high on February 15th, 2021. So I wanted to start off with just a couple data points once again to reiterate how bad this situation is. Recession probably already there for China. And you guys know, just like we manipulate the data here in the United States, they definitely do that over there in China. And so the picture that they're telling us is only half as bad as what's actually taking place in the real economy, and we can see it. And their stock market already down 44% from the all-time highs of 2021, definitely in a bear market and probably in a recession. Now let's get it rocking and rolling, folks, because this war is underway, and I'm going to speak more on the currencies, the currency war, and then the commodity war that we now find ourselves in. And the supply chain disruption going to lead back to inflation, and I think that's going to lead to basically a price, the price suppression that's held these assets down. It's about to break free, and these commodities are absolutely about to rip, because most folks are in denial that the war is taking place. Most folks are in denial that we got to transition from the papered over stock market to the real commodities, the real value that actually runs this world. The P&E ratios that we now have, for all of these companies have gone completely berserk, completely out of whack, and it's time that we get back to a real economy, real value, and that's where the commodities come in. And what we're seeing right now is the breakdown of the supply chain, as nobody wants to send their tankers and their ships through the Red Sea. So the world's second largest exporter of liquefied natural gas has stopped sending tankers via the Red Sea. Remember, this is supply chains, and that's also going to equal inflation. After last week, we just got the CPI lie that came in hot at 3.4%, telling us that inflation is already ticking back up. And this is not even taking into account the most recent developments here on the World War III and the supply chain Red Sea situation as well. Why do they not want to go through the Red Sea? Well, just the other day, Greek-owned ships struck by missile off the coast of Yemen. So we have, ships that are being seized, ships that are getting hit with missiles. It was rumored that we even had some of our ships, the U.S. warships, were hit. I still don't think that that's been confirmed, but it is a tense situation over there. And this is what's forcing folks to avoid the Red Sea completely, leading to supply chain disruption, and it's going to lead to inflation as well. And they're getting bold over there, folks. This one from Tim Kennedy. Iran-backed rebels launched missiles at a U.S. warship today. Iran launched missiles at the U.S. consulate in Iraq today. And they also launched missiles and struck a U.S. commerce vessel today. Iran financially supports Hamas. That's right. They actually struck a U.S. controlled vessel as well. Iran financially supports Hamas, the Taliban, Al Qaeda, ISIS, and countless others. And now the attacks are picking up, with Iran launching missile attacks on Pakistan, resulting in buildings being destroyed. And then we just saw the retaliation here. And this was actually shared here. This is 8 o'clock, January 17th, when this was shared. And so I'm going to be dropping this video tomorrow, but this was just within the last couple hours as I'm recording this one. It's about 10 o'clock Wednesday night, and this video is going to be dropping tomorrow for you guys. And so Pakistan is already retaliating. By the time this video drops, who knows? This thing could already be picking up, and we could already have more bombs, more ballistic missiles, more drone strikes, more attacks taking place. Pakistan hits militant targets in Iran in retaliation to Iran launching drone strikes inside Pakistani territory. The rockets hit the Shamsur Saravan area. This is coming from the Times of India. Now, what do we have going on here back in the United States? Well, we literally just had our Space Force commander testifying in Congress, and he literally went off. I'm not going to play this whole 3-minute speech that this opening statement that he made, but he says, "I'm here to testify about the ongoing Marxist-inspired efforts to subvert and weaken our military and broader American society. The enemy is here. The enemy is within. The enemy is within control. And this is why we have to continue to put out a fight. This is real." And I wanted to talk real quick about what we can do to prepare. So once again, speaking out, God bless our troops. God bless this Space Force commander who was calling it for what it is, which is just basically, they're basically socialist on the lower levels, what they're teaching us in the kids at the schools, right? This whole socialist agenda. They try to say that capitalism has failed. I'm not going to get into that argument right now. Okay, I'm just here to tell you that I ain't waiting for any socialist program to take care of me. Thank you very much, but I'll pass on that, and I'll be taking care of myself. I'm going to remain self-sufficient, and I'm going to continue to build wealth no matter what program, feeling, whether the sun comes up tomorrow or not, we're going to go get it done. And I think it's an absolute joke, and it's a sickness, this socialist mentality that is socialist on the lower levels, the useless pawns in the system are the lower level socialists that, go about with their program. On a higher level, you see that they go more towards communism, and that's the model, the New World Order model that we get out of, countries like China is what we see over there, more communist. And then at the most evil levels is this Marxist control. We've been talking about this somewhat with the WEF conference going on in Davos with their agenda. In the video that I just dropped earlier today, I talked about how we need to go confront the enemy in their home field, in their turf. And that's why we got to send Brad Garlinghouse, one of the good guys, over to Davos. We had Javier Milei, the new president of Argentina, going to Davos and smacking those guys in the face, telling them that their whole agenda, their whole mission, socialism, and everything that they've been about is the problem. And just like we saw Trump go there, and he gave it to them as well. That's what I like to see. And so that's what we need to continue to fight when it comes to speaking out against this in the public forums. But when it comes to taking care of our families, our investments, and our businesses, what can we do? Well, I'm not going to get into the prepping. I talk more about prepping in our Discord, our private group. And if you're looking to get tapped in with us on the private investment community, just head to my website. You sign up through Patreon to get access to Discord, and you can join us, get access to me. We have weekly calls every single Saturday. We have ongoing classes, seminars, business development programs, tactical wealth lessons, real estate sessions, and we're talking about it all. We just had a off-ramping wallets class, crypto 101 basics. We provide a lot of content, a lot of education, a lot of resources for the community, and we got a whole lot more coming that way. So if you want to get tapped in with us, just go to my website, zachrector.com, and you can get signed up. And part of getting prepared is getting a community of like-minded individuals around you. See, there's a lot of negativity, a lot of distraction. So part of getting prepared is getting tapped in with like-minded individuals and finding your vibe, your tribe, the tribe that you can vibe with, that frequency where you're on the same page, where you understand this crap that they're trying to shove down our throats is unacceptable. We got to resist it. But then on this other part of it, what can we do to prepare? How can we invest together? How can we learn together in our communities to be stronger and make better decisions? For me, it comes down to utility with no counterparty risk, full stop. Now, what is utility with no counterparty risk? Well, it's commodities like gold and silver. How do I get it with no counterparty risk? Well, I don't go buy an ETF, absolutely not. What I do is I get the metal shipped directly to my house. Whether I want to call up my good friend Andy Sheckman, Miles Franklin, whether I want to use our other affiliates, we have 2 affiliates for precious metals. That's how I get it done for getting precious metals in my house. When it comes to, utility with no counterparty risk, we got precious metals. We also have digital assets. You guys already know the deal there. XRP is my favorite. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite is. Next, after that, income. How do we have income without relying on anybody else? Well, even if you have a job, I'm not saying quit your job tomorrow. I'm saying consider a side hustle. Consider something that you can do to bring in more money. And maybe, just maybe, that might even be figuring out how to get more responsibility, take more on so that you can get a raise at your job. Not everybody needs to be an entrepreneur. What it's about right now is bringing in as much cash as possible. That's number one. We need the most income coming in as possible. And if possible, we want to be able to diversify our income as well. Whether that's having 2 different jobs for other people, or if you can, be self-sufficient, have your side hustle, have your own small business like I do. It's a great way to go. A lot of sacrifices need to be made to make a successful small business, but it's well worth the pay price to action that I've been willing to make to get to this level. And I would encourage it for anybody who's willing to take a lot of massive action and putting in a lot of work, because it is not easy, but the reward is freedom. And the reward is being self-sufficient in your income. And then within your business, you can diversify your services, your products that you offer, so that you're diversified in your income as well. Just like we're diversified in our assets, just like we're diversified in utility with no counterparty risk. By the way, if you want a business idea, well, ask yourself what people are going to need, what value people are going to need brought to them, no matter whether the sun comes up tomorrow, whether we're going to continue with World War III, whether we're going to have a civil war here in the United States, whatever they're going to unleash, a new sickness. You guys know what they're going to be sending at us here in 2024, and it's going to be insane. It's going to be chaos. The distractions are going to be running rampant. And so utility with no counterparty risk and bringing order to the chaos is how we step up and be leaders in our community. So get it done for yourself, your family, your business. God willing, we'll have enough wealth to expand out and take care of our communities as well. And that's what it's about. I want to say thank you for this community. The support has been incredible. The momentum behind us is tremendous. Keep doubling down on what got us here, and what is coming our way is going to be an abundance of wealth, because we've been taking massive action. We've been showing up every single day. We've been making the right investments, and it will pay off. So stay tuned for more by subscribing, hitting that notification bell. A couple more videos will pop up if you guys want to watch another video. And if you guys want to get tapped in, all of our community resources for crypto exchanges, wallets, precious metals, private community, all at my website. It's zachrector.com. And oh, by the way, I wanted to let everyone know as well, we're diversifying into private equity as well. And what we just saw is that Ripple, right, has bought back $1 billion worth of their own equity. Ripple has done $1 billion buyback of their own shares. If that gives you any insight into how they think about their future, right? And if you have been looking to get Ripple, it just came back on Link2. And so down below, there should be a link for Link2. The reason why I have that down below, they're not a sponsor, but I have that affiliate link down below so that for anybody that's new to Link2, when you use my link, you're going to get $500 towards your first investment. Take advantage of it, and Ripple is back on their platform if you've been looking for it. With that being said, I appreciate all the support. Those of you that are smashing the thumbs up, dropping a comment down below, it really helps the algorithm. Also, when you share it out far and wide, and when you use our affiliates, it's a great way to support our cause. I greatly, greatly appreciate you, and I am so thankful for this community that we are building. I will see you guys in the next one. May God bless you all. Thank you so much.